and welcome to the campus of Southern New Hampshire University. NashuaETV bringing you the semifinals of the 2018 New Hampshire Girls Division I High School Basketball Championships. And what do you know? It is Bedford against Bishop Guertin. This game has the feel of a championship game. The reason is Bedford has a record of 18-0. They are looking for a perfect season. Actually, throw in the quarterfinal win. They are 19-0 and seeking a perfect season to get to the finals 2 days from now. They'll be taking on Pinkerton, who won Game 1 of the semifinal doubleheader today at SNHU by beating Memorial 56-38. Pinkerton awaits. Both of these two teams, Bishop Guertin and Bedford, have beaten Pinkerton handily during the regular season. So they would be the favorites if they can survive this game. That's no easy task. Bishop Guertin has won 3 state championships going back to 2012. Bedford got their only state championship at the expense of Bishop Guertin in 2013 in what was a 1-point difference at the finish. We have the game's first foul as BG playing aggressive defense in their own zone. Ava Owens gets charged with the foul, the team's first. 8-minute quarters in New Hampshire high school girls and boys basketball. We're a half a minute in, and Bedford with the opening possession. Point guard for Bedford is Mia Roy. She gives it up to the top of the key to Allison Morgan, inside to Claire Driscoll, and we have a foul before the shot by the Bulldogs, who are well represented with their fan base here at SNHU tonight. They are clad in red, as you can see at the top of the camera. Our cameraman tonight, Frank Wallant. I'm John Collins. We may be joined by Tom King later. Unfortunately for Bishop Guertin, there will be no girls and boys basketball and hockey doubleheader finals on Saturday, as the BG boys hockey team just got eliminated in the semis by Hanover in a 3-2 heartbreaker at JFK Coliseum. Tom will be joining us from that game later on. Right now, BG with the first shot of the game. Swish! Hannah Muchmore for 3 points to start the scoring. A steal. Bishop Guertin with that full court press. Ava Owens lays it in. A great start to the game for BG as defense produces more offense. They're up 5-0 on the Bulldogs. As Bedford looks for their first points of the game, look for BG's leader on the floor, Caroline Hoffer, the senior 32, to have a big impact in this one. There's a shot from the left side off the back rim, and great job on rebounding by Claire Driscoll at 6'1" underneath. Mia Roy scores the first points of the game, 2 points of the game for Bedford, who poke it loose. Collision at midcourt. The officials let it go. That could have been a body check on Bedford. It's knocked out of bounds. The foul's called on Bishop Guertin, and I saw an all-ball block there. So 2 questionable calls in a row by the officials as a BG player collided with a Bedford player collided with the BG ball handler at midcourt. You probably could have called a loose ball foul on that. And then coming down court, the foul called on Brianna Wilcox on what appeared to be a clean block by number 23 of Bishop Guertin on the shot by Elizabeth Stevenson, who's at the line now to shoot a pair. She hits the first free throw. It's 5-3, a 2-point difference now. Of course, Bishop Guertin in the dark green unis and the navy numerals, it looks like, as Stevenson hits both of her free throws and makes it a 1-point game, 5-4. It would be hard to imagine a scenario in which these two teams didn't battle right down to the finish. So evenly matched over the years, so highly talented and stacked even onto the bench for both teams. Brad Crick, the head coach of Bishop Guertin, and Sue Thomas for Bedford. Ava Owens with a shot. Leaned in, a little bit of a line drive there. Couldn't get it up and over the rim. Bedford slows down the pace with the possession. Open look off the back rim. Rebound fought for. Bedford doing a better job on rebounding right now. They've gotten 2-3 bites at the apple on their offensive trips. The floater doesn't go. It's a charge called against Bedford's Mia Roy. And it will be Bishop Guertin basketball. We're 3 minutes into the game. BG has a 5-4 lead. Again, Pinkerton won game one of the semifinal over Memorial by a score of 56-38, a game that was much closer in the first half. In fact, Memorial led briefly in the second quarter. Baseline lay-in attempt doesn't go. Mia Roy with the behind-the-back dribble. Whirling Dervish at point guard for the Bulldogs. The John Havlicek leaner off the glass and in for Michelle Marino gives the Bulldogs their first lead of the game. They are up 6-5. 4.5 minutes remaining first period. Trying to go baseline there for Bishop Guertin. That was Brianna Wilcox, knocked out of bounds. Caroline Hoffer will look to inbound it. She finds Hannah Muchamore in the corner. Hannah's got a three-pointer in this game. Bounce pass inside. The pass stolen by Mia Roy. She anticipated it coming back to Caroline Hoffer and just took it away. Great anticipation. Three-pointer is good. Elizabeth Stevenson expands the lead for Bedford to 4 points, 9-5. So both teams now have three-point shots made. Muchamore into the baseline area. Brianna Wilcox with her head up looking for an open teammate. Back to Muchamore, back to Wilcox. A zone defense. It's like a 2-1-2 for Bedford right now. Brianna Wilcox takes the open shot and makes the open shot. Good ball movement by Bishop Guertin and a quality shot made. 9-7, a 2-point game. As Bedford again trying to defeat the full court press by Bishop Guertin. Hannah Muchamore got a hand on that, knocked it out right at the scorer's table. 3:38 remaining first quarter, just as exciting as advertised here at SNHU Gymnasium on North River Road. If you put it into the GPS, it might come up as hooks it. There's a jumper in the paint. I tell you what, Allie Filion has a hot hand for somebody that's playing in a championship game. Nerves of steel for Filion early. Nice turnaround and put in by Caroline Hoffer like she's done it a million times. In the paint for two. A 2-point game. Steal. Ava Owens going for a 3-point play. What great defense by Ava Owens. The sophomore guard and forward slashing her way toward the basket after the steal underneath. Listed at 5'7", she plays at a taller height than that on the floor during the games. A strong rebounder for Bishop Guertin and a very tough defender. She'll come up with numerous steals. That will not be Ava Owens' last steal and basket of this game as she shoots free throws here, trying to make the second of two and doesn't get the bounce. So it remains a 2-point lead for Bedford with possession as they come down the court. The hesitation and go dribble by Stevenson. Now she pulls it out. Allison Morgan, double team, steal. Hannah Muchamore ahead of the field, lays it up and too hard off the glass, but got fouled. Hustle back defense for Kendra Barnard, but Barnard got called for the foul from behind. That might have thrown off the shot, the lay-in attempt by Hannah Muchamore, who goes to the line. Electric atmosphere here at Southern New Hampshire University. Glad we could bring the game to you. John Collins along with Frank Wallet, our cameraman. We're set up pretty high above the court, but a perfect view of all the action. Our executive producer, Pete Johnson, also on hand here at Southern New Hampshire University. Hannah Muchamore trying to make both free throws, and she does. We're tied at 11. And do we have the game's first timeout? We do, taken by Sue Thomas of Pinkerton. Timeout on the floor. As we mentioned, there was other action going on tonight. Epic winter storm Quinn laid siege to the Northeast on March 7th and 8th. If you lived through it, I don't know how to tell you about it, but it dumped I want to say about 18 inches of snow on Nashua. Heavy snow, and took down numerous power lines and trees, and one batting cage, unfortunately, may rest in peace in someone I know very well's backyard. But we will wait for the snow to melt off and make repairs. Hopefully that's the last major snowstorm we'll see in the winter of 2017-18, but we're always good for at least one, aren't we? But that caused some postponements of games on Wednesday, including some basketball and hockey games. As we mentioned, Bishop Guertin played their semifinal in the Division I boys hockey tournament earlier this evening at JFK Coliseum, and unfortunately Hanover took it 3-2, so Hanover will play the winner of the Concord Bedford boys hockey game. Bedford and BG had a similar opportunity to play both a girls basketball and a boys hockey final on Saturday, and it's a foul called against Bishop Guertin, an offensive foul. So Carolyn Hoffer got called for the foul. Bishop Guertin with another steal off the full court press, trying to break this 11-11 tie. Hoffer kicks it outside. Muchamore, across the court it goes. Ava Owens has it now. Good ball movement by BG. Carolyn Hoffer ran out of room though and bounced it once out of bounds. So a turnover by the Cardinals. Bedford's defense pretty intense in their own defensive zone. BG's best defense has come in Bedford's backcourt, but they break the press this time. Mia Roy in a 2-on-1. We have a foul called against Carolyn Hoffer right when the bounce pass was made by Mia Roy. That's Caroline's second foul on their senior captain, and she will take a breather with just a tick under 2 minutes to go, first quarter here at SNHU. The inbound play by Bedford, and the catch and shoot. Billion, who had hit two of her first shots, missed the third, and it's out of bounds off of Bishop Guertin. So both teams making some substitutions now. On the court for Bishop Guertin is Addison Smith. We asked head coach Brad Crick about the health of the Bishop Guertin girls basketball team before this semifinal. He said, everybody is in uniform and available to play, let's put it that way. So obviously some girls are playing with some bumps and bruises, and a turnover by the Bulldogs. They traveled, and now Bishop Guertin again has the next best opportunity to untie this game. 11 points apiece here through the first 6 minutes. Bishop Guertin Cardinals playing some perimeter passing. They won the state championship in 2012, 2016, and 2017. Bedford beat Bishop Guertin in the final 2013 for their only championship, but Bedford is in the hunt for the perfect season at 19-0. One of the reasons they're 19-0 is that kind of defense that produced a turnover, but Bishop Guertin equally intense, take it away underneath their basket. 1 minute remaining. Addison Smith with a three-point attempt. Misses long, but Ava Owens catches it. And the Bishop Guertin possession continues. Will Addie Smith shoot it from there again? They almost challenged her. Owens, bounce pass. Brianna Wilcox trying to make something happen, and they call it a clean block underneath. Bedford with it. Knocked away by Muchamore. Goes off of the fingertips, though, of the Bedford player, Allie Morgan, and out of bounds off the Bulldogs. Wow, intense defense has been the name of the game here through the first 7.5 minutes of action. Half a minute to go as Bishop Guertin brings it down court, looking for that shot, that opening, or even a free throw that could untie this game. Stolen, clean steal by Bedford, out of bounds off of Guertin. Nice defense, good movement by Kendra Barnard at 6'1", the tallest player on the court, with great mobility and anticipation on that occasion. We have a collision near sideline. The foul is going to go against the Cardinals. And I believe that is the second foul against Ava Owens. It is the 5th team foul against the Cardinals with 21 seconds to go in the first period. Mia Roy maneuvering to the right side. Stevenson trying to make something happen. Now find an open teammate. She gives it to Barnard, being covered very closely by Addie Smith. Now it's Allie Morgan. Bounce pass, open shot from the left side. Rattles around off the glass, no good. And the period ends. Deadlocked at 11-11. The crowd is on their feet here at the NHU Arena. Southern New Hampshire University. The parking lot was packed upon arrival here because the earlier semifinal game between Pinkerton and Memorial drew a large crowd as well. Pinkerton won the game 56-38, a game that was it tied at halftime, Frank, or 2-point difference? 2 points in favor of Pinkerton, I heard. Yeah, and then the third quarter was the killer from Memorial, where Pinkerton pulled away and never was in danger again. 56-38, that is an 18-point margin of victory. So congratulations to the Astros, who will await the winner of this game. Now, during the regular season, Pinkerton lost by 4 points to Bedford. It was one of only 2 close games that Bedford played during the regular season. They had doubled up on most of their opponents. In 13 of 18 games during the regular season, the Bedford Bulldogs won by more than doubling the scores of their opponents. The only close games they had was to Bishop Guertin, a 5-point win back on January 16, and that was at home against BG. Bedford won it. And then they had that squeaker against Pinkerton in the regular season, 47-43 on February 15th. Open shot for BG to open the second quarter. Brianna Wilcox alertly follows her miss as she read the rebound off the rim and collected the bouncing ball. So another bite at the apple here for BG in the opening possession of period number 2. 11-11, we're all tied here in a game, a semifinal game that has very much the feel of a championship game, as either one of these teams will be favored in the final. Ava Owens with a brilliant Kevin McHale-like scoop shot, twisting move in the paint to give the Bishop Guertin Cardinals their lead back. They had a 5-point lead at the beginning of the game. Bedford came roaring back with 9-0 run to lead 9-5. Mia Roy's run to the basket is blocked. Ava Owens baseline. Ava up and gets fouled. Ava Owens, brilliant play here at NHU Arena, leading her team to a great start, 13-11. Ava will be at the line to shoot a pair. We are a minute into the second period, and Bishop Guertin has the lead, 13-11. Ava Owens trying to add to it, and she's been a little rough at the free throw line. Bedford's going to make a mental note of that. If they need to foul somebody late, they might start fouling Ava Owens unless she picks up her percentage here at the line. And rattles it home. A 14-11 lead, 3 points up. Bishop Guertin with that full court press again. Bedford with it into the corner. Ali Filion for Bishop. Bedford throws away. Bishop Guertin steal inside, up with the shot, and fouled as she went to the basket. Erin Carney, sophomore guard Erin Carney, one of the top scorers on this BG team, had missed one of the most recent games that we did. We missed her on the floor, her great play. And it's good to see her back in uniform and at the free throw line, shooting a pair. She hits the first. And so Bishop Guertin a 4-point lead, 15-11. If she hits this, it'll be really a violent seesaw game, because BG was up 5-0 early. And then Bedford comes roaring back to lead 9-5. Now it's BG on top by 4, and Bedford's gone cold shooting. Ava Owens with a rebound, taking it the length of the floor. Erin Carney puts the brakes on outside the 3-point arc. In the corner, Brianna Wilcox, deflected pass stolen Excellent defense by Allison Morgan of Bedford, driving, kicks it out, shot from the corner for three. Elizabeth Stevenson can't get it to go. Rebound by Addie Smith, stolen, long pass by Hannah Muchamore, and stepping in and intercepting was Elizabeth Stevenson. Baseline. Open underneath, and a layup drill for Claire Driscoll for 2 points. Another player that stands at 6'1" for Bedford. They have dominated underneath the backboards all over New Hampshire all season. Now 19-0 entering the state semifinal game are the Bedford Bulldogs, looking for that perfect season at the expense of Bishop Guertin, who have played very tough competition this season. Addison Smith's jumper from three-point territory doesn't go. Erin Carney, how did she do it? Amidst some of the tallest players on the court, Erin Carney got the rebound and hit the floater for a 17-13 lead. BG up again by 4. There's a foul. Erin Carney playing tight defense. That'll be the 6th or 7th team foul against Bishop Guertin. It'll be a 1-and-1 the next time they foul somebody. 6th on the team, 1st on Erin Carney. Inbound play. Bedford, Allison Morgan, number 10, Erin Carney guarding her. Morgan changes direction. Stevenson driving the seam. Body contact, offensive foul. Brianna Wilcox stood her ground. That is the 4th team foul against Pinkerton. No, make that 6 fouls on both teams now. The next foul will get both teams to the line for 1-and-1s at least. There's a jump ball in the corner, the first jump ball of the game. How far we have come from bitty basketball. When there's many, many jump balls. At this level, not as many in high school girls basketball. Bedford takes another timeout. See if we have timeouts remaining. Fantastic scoreboards here, digital scoreboards at Southern New Hampshire University. Although that said, I had a conversation with Frank Wallen before the game about the advancements in the technology. I'm sure that these scoreboards are considered outdated by some. They probably have actual video scoreboards at some universities now, rather than the small lights here at Southern New Hampshire University. Bishop Guertin girls cheerleading team in force here at SNHU Gymnasium. You have to be careful not to say SNHU Arena. That's the old Verizon. They used to call it the Verizon Arena in Manchester, where the hockey tournament's being played on Saturday. I want to congratulate the Bishop Guertin boys hockey team on a great hockey season. We enjoyed calling every game. Unfortunately, this year, no trip to the final. It'll be Hanover in that bracket. BG, the full court press, they will call the foul. Brianna Wilcox kind of holding her head saying, I got ball. You can see Sue Thomas, the head coach of Bedford, always expressive in her gestures, always emphatic, coaching up her team over the din here inside the gym. Not easy to do, to be heard. So to the line, I believe this is a 1-and-1. Yes, if the first free throw is missed, it will be live. Allison Morgan hits. 17-14 for Bedford now, as they trail by 3 with Allison Morgan at the line. She back rims it. Ava Owens with a rebound. Ava changing direction. Addison Smith over the midcourt line. Erin Carney with it. 4:44 to go. BG with a 3-point lead. 17-14. The Cardinals are up as they look for an open shot. Ava Owens, double team, kicks it back outside to Carney. Three-pointer off to the right. Rebound by Bedford's Claire Driscoll. Mia Roy driving one-on-one. Hannah Muchamore stopped her. The trailer for the try. Driscoll's shot doesn't go, but the putback by Kendra Barnard. And it's a 1-point game, 17-16. with 4 minutes and change left to go in the game. Erin Carney for BG finds Addison Smith. She could have had a catch and shoot if she wanted it. She will do it now for 3. Addison Smith lights up the scoreboard for 3 points and gets BG to the 20-point plateau. First, ahead of Bedford, 20-16. The Cardinals have led by 4 several times in this game, but you get the feeling they'll never really be able to run away and hide from a team that's gone 19-0 to this point. Mia Roy with it. Right in her face is Erin Carney. Tight defense by all the BG 5 out on the court. The tip by Muchamore. The bounce goes to Bedford. Roy with the turnaround doesn't go. Owens rips it away. Jump ball arrow favors the Cardinals. Wow, that Cardinals got caught watching that last rebound that you saw. It was almost like 3 players were being too polite, saying you take it, and a Bedford player snuck in for the jump ball, but possession arrow Cardinals. 3:15 to go in the first half. BG with a 20-16 lead. Carney bounce pass, Muchamore looking underneath. Stolen deflection there by Allison Fillion with the steal. Mia Roy takes the deflection, and Fillion finishes. 2 points on that possession for Bedford. They cut it down to a 1-possession game again. 20-18. Muchamore has it outside the arc. Carney. Again, Muchamore could shoot it from Steph Curry distance. This would be for 3 for Carney. Owens bats it. Great play, Ava Owens underneath. Muchamore inside. Trying to get it to Allie Foreman. And Foreman is fouled. Aaliyah Foreman to the line for Bishop Guertin. Also a sophomore at 5'7". Brad Crick has some great youthful talent on this Bishop Guertin girls basketball team, including Ava Owens, whose name we said so many times tonight, and Aaliyah Foreman at the line, who makes her free throw and earns the second one in the 1-and-1 situation. 17 fouls apiece for Bedford and Bishop Guertin. 2:35 remain in the half, and Aaliyah Foreman airs out the second one, and she'll hear it from the Bedford fans for that. 2:35 remains first half, a 3-point lead for the Cardinals. Mia Roy with it. Bedford depends on Mia Roy to handle the ball most of the time. Erin Carney on defense against her. Fillion is a good shooter, trying to pass it this time, and a great job on D by Erin Carney on the anticipation. Aaliyah Foreman, Ava Owens open, hits! What defense, what ball movement by the Cardinals. They have a 5-point lead against the #1 seeded Bedford Bulldogs with 2 minutes exactly left in the half. Mia Roy double team, finds the open teammate. Barnard will make that Claire Driscoll for 2 points. A 3-point, 1-possession game again. Aaliyah Foreman, Erin Carney, and Muchamore playing some catch around the perimeter. 1:40 to go first half as the Bedford fans start the defense chant. They don't have to tell their Bulldogs that. They've been playing great D all game, as have the Cardinals. Air ball by the BG offense as they tried to go up by 6 there. If that one had fallen, it would have been the biggest lead of the game. It was not to be. Brad Crick making some substitutions here now late as he gets Aria O'Connell into the game, number 5. And also Liza Field is in there, number 33. Mia Roy holding it, 1:20 to go, 1:20 in the first half, that is. Bedford underneath, loose ball, and Muchamore has it, bounce pass, Ava Owens finds Aria O'Connell. Bedford getting back on defense. The runner by Aaliyah Foreman doesn't go. Rebound Bulldogs. That was a little disjointed on offense that time by Bishop Guertin. They nearly lost the handle 3 or 4 times. Under a minute to go now. 50 seconds left first half. The foul before the shot. That'll be 18th foul against Bishop Guertin. We called against Aria O'Connell. It was Allison Fillion who was trying the turnaround shot. After she was fouled, she'll go to the line. And it'll be another 1-and-1 situation. Have to hit the first to earn the second one, or else the rebound is live. Filion hits it. A 2-point game, 23-21 with 49 seconds left to go. They are called the Bulldogs, and this is a dog fight and a Cardinals fight right now, as a 1-point difference only. 23-22. Bishop Guertin is up by 1 with possession with 40 seconds left to go. It appears that Coach Crick for BG is called for the one shot off of the feet of Hannah Muchamore, knocked off of her foot by Allison Filion on defense. Allison Filion has had a brilliant first half for Bedford, who have a chance to lead at half here with 24 seconds to go, trailing by 1, and they travel. A travel called against the ball handler, Amanda Jonas. So the turnover, and now with 20 seconds left to go, the ball back in the hands of Bishop Guertin. Ari O'Connell and Hannah Muchamore playing some catch. Back to Aria. Faked it to Ava Owens, who was covered at baseline. Liza Field, 5 seconds to go. The floater doesn't go. Bedford with 1 second. They get rid of it in time, but it's going to fall short. This first half did not fall short, however, on the excitement meter. Electric at the Southern New Hampshire University Gymnasium. As you see, the score, 23 for Bishop Guertin, 22 for Bedford. It couldn't get much closer than this. I'm John Collins. Our cameraman is Frank Wallen. This is NashuaETV's broadcast of the semifinals of the 2018 New Hampshire Girls Division I basketball tournament. It is anybody's game. The 19-0 Bedford Bulldogs, the top seed, against Bishop Guertin, who were seeded 5th coming in, but had lost to only one New Hampshire team during the season, and that was Bedford. Who will win the semifinal and advance to play Pinkerton? We'll find out. Second half action coming right up on NashuaETV.
Visit aarp.org/caregiving for information on how to provide even better care for the person who wants to care of you.
Halftime at Southern New Hampshire University in the semifinal game between Bishop Guertin and Bedford. The game every bit as close as you would expect. Bishop Guertin leading 23-22. Game that both teams led by 4 points or 5 points at one time or another. Kind of a violent seesaw battle. And Tom, I think you'd be shocked too if this thing was anything but a 1 or 2 point game at the finish.
I really am, John. It's going to be a tight game. It's going to be the way Guertin is coming out. You know, Ava Owens has got 7 points. That tells me she's moving well with the ball down low, and she's playing very well. Earlier today, BG's going to try to avoid the double dip. They lost the hockey and got 3-2 against Hanover.
I read your Twitter feed. I told everybody, Tom King reports, Bishop Guertin falls short, 3-2 in the semifinal. So that avoids the possible conflict that they could have had if the girls basketball team wins and the boys hockey team would have won. You know, Bedford still might have that dilemma.
They might, but they were up 1-0 when I left, so you never know. But it's going to be an interesting game.
Yeah, they're playing Concord, right?
They're playing Concord at JFK.
At JFK, yeah, right. In the hockey game.
But this, I'll tell you what, Bedford coming all the way unbeaten. Down at halftime, BG 2 quarters away. Now they got off to a great start against Bedford in the regular season game, but the zone that Bedford ran hurt them. Doesn't look like it's hurting them too much tonight. What I want to see, 12 has 3 points, Erin Carney. If Carney can get going, then BG will win this basketball game.
That is Tom King. I'm John Collins along with Frank Wallen. We are here at Southern New Hampshire University. On the actual school campus, of course, there's the NHU Arena, the hockey arena, where they also host the big name concerts and professional hockey and WWE. Well, we've got not a WWE battle, but we have a very tightly contested match going on here at Southern New Hampshire University Gymnasium. Bedford, a record of 19-0 coming in, including that quarterfinal playoff game where Salem, the Blue Devils, must have done some kind of job to put a scare into Bedford. During the regular season, Bedford had defeated Salem by 40 points. 40 points, 66-26 at one time. They also beat them by 30 points. They played them twice during the regular season. Well, in the quarterfinals, Bedford beat Salem by 4 points, 49-45. It must have been a dramatically different strategy by the Blue Devils. And maybe Brad Crick took down some notes in that quarterfinal game with a video, if he did see it, to see what Salem might have done to hold it to a 4-point difference. Bedford starting the second half with possession. Here's Carolyn Hoffer off the glass and in. Carolyn Hoffer starts the scoring in the second half, putting Bishop Guertin on top by 3, 25-22. Full court press by the Cardinals. Here comes Bedford. Mia Roy, layup drill. Too much glass. Erin Carney with her head up. She'll slow it down a little bit. 8-point quarters in New Hampshire girls and boys basketball. And we are just into the third quarter of play. In what promises to be a fantastic finish of a semifinal. Ava Owens, who was fantastic in that first half, putting up 7 points and multiple rebounds. Following her miss, Brianna Wilcox with the rebound follow of the game. Number 23 for Bishop Guertin, showing why that is a great basketball number, and has BG up by 5, back to their biggest lead of the game. Carolyn Hoffer with both hands up on defense. Bounce pass, perfectly done. Ava Owens gets knocked out of bounds and no call. As the Johnny Most comes out of me. Left the layup short. Great pass underneath by Bedford. And not able to put it away, though, was Bedford's Claire Driscoll, who had position on a nice alley-oop feed. Team's taking a breather here with 6 minutes to go, third quarter. Bishop Guertin trying to get their biggest lead of the game if they can score here. They've had 5-point leads a couple of times. They're up 27-22. Off of the foot of Mia Roy. In many ways, these teams are mirror images of each other, with the great point guard play, starting with that. And driving to the basket, Carolyn Hoffer with a workmanlike draw the foul play there and goes to the free throw line. Two shots for Carolyn Hoffer. Hits the first. 6-point lead for the Cardinals, 28-22. Left it short, followed, and what do we have? We have a lane violation, it appears, against the Cardinals, so it'll be Bedford ball. Inbounding for the Bulldogs, Alexa Dyer, poked out of bounds by the Cardinals, who continue to play an intense version of the full court press, giving Bedford fits at times, trying to come out of their own end. But this time the Cardinals back off a bit as Emma Roy walks it across the midcourt line, changes direction. Back to the right, trying to hand it off. Finds Elizabeth Stevenson, who traveled, according to the official, standing right behind her. So an unforced error for the Bulldogs. 5:25 remains, third quarter. Still a lot of thrilling basketball left to be played here at SNHU Arena. March 8th, it's a Thursday night. It's the aftermath of the winter storm Quinn that dumped 1.5 feet of snow on the greater Nashua area. Heavy snow that was finally removed by about midday in most places. It was no school day for both of these two teams. I don't know if they could sleep with the excitement of this game looming, but they could be well rested if they took advantage of the off day. Out of bounds off of the Bulldogs as Ava Owens fought with Bedford's Allison Filion for that rebound. Out of bounds off of Filion. BG trying to add to a 6-point lead. A three-pointer doesn't go for Erin Carney. That would have been big. That would have been a 9-point lead. An arm's length lead. Instead, Bedford has a chance to make it a 1-point game again. A one-possession game again, I should say, if they can hit a three here. Instead, it's a steal. Brianna Wilcox working hard. Layup drill, got decked. Good hustle defense by Kendra Bernard, but Brianna shielded the ball with her body and took a hit behind her left shoulder that sent her sprawling. Not able to make the basket, but she will go to the line to shoot a couple. And this could give BG another biggest lead of the game by 7. 29-22. Substitutions for both teams. Aaliyah Foreman comes onto the court. Ava Owens goes off. Hannah Muchamore takes a breather. And I think Addison Smith has come onto the court for Bishop Guertin. And calmly hitting both of her free throws, Brianna Wilcox to the 30-point plateau. Bishop Guertin gets there first, up 30-22. Out of bounds, good non-call. Jump ball, possession arrow goes to the Cardinals. Aaliyah Foreman. Defense again, the name of the game, producing turnovers that has led to Bishop Guertin points. As the Cardinals play some perimeter passing here. Carney couldn't find a seam, almost a steal, and off to the races for Bedford's Karina Shapler. Driving play, Carolyn Hoffer can't get it to go. Aaliyah Foreman got the rebound and got it back to Hoffer. Missing the driving lay-in attempt was Addison Smith. BG with a third bite of the apple here on this possession. Nearly another steal as Shapler went for it again. Foreman bounce pass, Hoffer. No call, off the glass and in. The officials letting him play a bit underneath. And it leads to a basket in the paint underneath by Addison Smith for two. A 10-point lead for the Cardinals. Bedford has not yet scored in the second half here in the third quarter. We've almost got 5 minutes played. Underneath, stolen. Bishop Guertin double-teamed the shooter, and she gave it up. Underneath, Claire Driscoll got double-teamed. Brianna Wilcox, Aaliyah Foreman tried the catch and bounce pass, but stolen by Bedford's Allison Morgan. Allie Morgan slowing it down a bit. Bedford desperate to score. They've been shut out so far in the third quarter. I'm sure that's not happened to them at all in this perfect season at 19-0. BG pitching a shutout here in the third quarter, knocked out of bounds. Bedford having trouble holding on to the basketball. BG very handsy here on the ball, able to poke it free without committing fouls. And it's giving Bedford's offense fits. Sue Thomas calls a timeout for Bedford, and they're going to talk about ball safety. The defense for BG never rests. And it's been the difference in this game, up by 10 points. As we look in on the Bedford huddle, head coach is Sue Thomas, assistant is Kevin Gibbs. Bishop Guertin head coach Brad Crick is assisted by Kyle Tavey and Christy Hayner with 2.5 minutes to go, third quarter. Inbounding it will be Bedford. Mia Roy with it. Haven't said her name in a little while. Mia Roy, key ball handler for Bedford. Nice bounce pass to Allison Morgan, who's going to back it out a little bit. Jump shot from the corner doesn't go. Rebound out of bounds off of the Bulldogs, they say. So still scoreless here in the third quarter is Bedford.
John, it's defense.
All defense.
All defense for Guertin. I mean, they are just doing the job. When do you ever see this?
For Bedford, I'm sure never.
Never.
In the season.
And this is what Brad.
Scoreless in a quarter.
This is what Brad Creek has preached all year long, and you know, right now, it's working.
Oh, Leah Foreman tried to hand it to him.
Yeah, Leah Foreman's turned the ball over twice. Leah Foreman's got to decide to take the ball to the basket.
And again, Brianna Wilcox bats the ball out of the ball handler's hands, but gets called for a foul, thinking that she got all ball. And instead, Mia Roy will go to the free throw line. With 1:56 remaining, third quarter, this could be Bedford's first point of the quarter. And they get it. Bishop Guertin has outscored Bedford 9-1 through the first 6 minutes of the third quarter. Missing the free throw, Mia Roy, jump ball possession arrow favors the Cardinals. And Hannah Muchmore will inbound the ball. Erin Carney with it. Carolyn Hoffer finds Muchmore. BG slowing down the pace a little bit here on offense. Underneath, Ava Owens tried the catch and pass, and it was intercepted by Mia Roy. Runs into a double team and slows it down. Bounce pass outside. Fillion, the catch and shoot for three. Allie Fillion with a huge three-pointer. Try to answer. How about that? Carolyn Hoffer matches a three-pointer seconds later with a three of her own. And it's back to a 9-point lead for the Cardinals, up 35-26. What shooting here in the semifinal game. Ava Owens fouls the ball carrier as she goes to the basket. Allie Morgan will go now to the free throw line for the Bulldogs. Tremendous back and forth, up and down action here in the SNHU Arena. All right, make that Gymnasium. With 1:08 to go in the third quarter, Allison Morgan shooting free throws that could make this a 7-point game. And it is. Bishop Guertin is up by 7 as Aria O'Connell will check into the game for Hannah Muchmore. And Aria will inbound it. Erin Carney will bring the ball up the floor with Bishop Guertin leading by 7 with a minute left in the third quarter. BG has outscored Bedford in this quarter 12-5. Hoffer thought about a three. Carney also chose not to. 49 seconds to go in the quarter. In the corner, Hoffer for three. Back rimmed it. Rebound Bedford. Off to the races in the middle. Hoffer with the steal. Grabbed by Ava Owens. And she is going to try to go to the basket. Blocking foul. And it goes in. Ava Owens with a spectacular lay-in and gets the foul. The BG fans' loudest cheer of the night for that basket. The officials ruled the Bedford defender could not get back and set their feet in time. Carolyn Hoffer sets it up with the steal. Ava Owens with the lay-in. Gets the chance to complete the old-fashioned three-point play here and make it a 10-point lead again for the Cardinals. They were up 32-22. Now they're up 38-28. Half a minute to go, third quarter. It has been a third quarter that if Bishop Guertin wins this game, they will look back and say it was the decisive factor. Allie Fillion, though, not about to be denied. She goes off the glass.
You knew they weren't going to be able to shut him out in this little spurt that Bedford had is keeping him in the game because BG can really up. They've had a lot of offensive chances that they haven't capitalized on. They could be up by 12 or 14 points in this game.
Even more than they are, yes. Owens with it. 2 seconds. The shoot. Oh, just missing the three-point attempt at the buzzer was Aria O'Connell. I gotta preserve a percentage of vocal cord here for this fourth quarter. I don't know if I'm gonna be able to make it if the game goes overtime, which is always a possibility when these two teams go at it. 8 minutes remaining in the game as we go to the fourth quarter. 8 points is the difference on the scoreboard on March 8th of 2018. In the aftermath of Winter Storm Quinn, everybody is dug out. I think the parents are more tired than the students because they slept late while we dug out. At least I know that was the truth in my house. And some of these girls probably got a break from shoveling from their parents because they knew they had the big championship game. And even though it's only the old guys that pull muscles when we shovel, it usually is. Both teams look rested and ready coming into this game. We asked head coach Brad Crick of Bishop Guertin if his team was all healthy before this started. He paused and thought a second and said, well, everybody is dressed in a uniform and ready to play. How is that? Which indicates that some of these girls are playing with some bumps and bruises, maybe even overcoming a pulled muscle or worse to get here and to be out here. And just a tremendous basketball game to this moment. We are underway, fourth quarter. Bedford with possession, trailing by 8. The winner gets to play Pinkerton in a state final here on Saturday. Mia Roy fouled as she goes through. That has to be at least 3 fouls against Brianna Wilcox. It is only it's her 4th personal foul against Bree Wilcox. That's a concern. 3 team fouls for each team as Mia Roy hits the first. And Brad Crick, knowing Brianna Wilcox's foul situation, will have her sit a while as Aaliyah Foreman comes into the game. Aaliyah Foreman, Ava Owens, Carolyn Hoffer, Erin Carney, and Hannah Muchamore are out there as Mia Roy calmly sinks 2 pressure free throws and makes it a 6-point game, 38-32. These two teams played on January 16. It was a game that Bedford won at home by 5.
48-43 in a game that Guertin started out on top 7-0. Bedford used the zone. They got a 9 or 10-point lead in the third quarter. Guertin came back, but they couldn't quite get over the hump. Now they're going to see if they can hold on to a lead. Completely different situation, completely different game.
Carolyn Hoffer with it, bounce pass, Carney for 3, front rimmed it. Hannah Muchamore went for the rebounds. Mia Roy gets
turnover. BG's just going to have to rely on their transition and their defense, John. They're just not hitting from the outside.
It has been transition offense for Bishop Guertin that's gotten them a 6-point lead to this point. Hoffer inbounding it, and timeout. Brad Crick and Bishop Guertin. As we'll stick with the huddle. John Collins with Tom King. Our cameraman is Frank Wallant. We're at Southern New Hampshire University Gymnasium, where the fans for both teams are taking a collective deep breath right now, ready for the stretch run of this game. 7-11, which is ironic because 7-11 is known for being open all the time. In a defensive-minded game, nobody's open. Everybody's covered. You're trying to make shots with 2 players on you. You're trying to make shots with a double team as you drive to the basket, or a 3-pointer from distance with a hand in your face. Who will make the dramatic game-winning shot or shots here tonight? Semi-final. The winner will play Pinkerton 2 days from now on March 10th on a Saturday. Hoffer for 3 and rattles in.
That's what they needed. They got that. The final outside shot. The lone senior takes a very dangerous type shot, but you gamble and you win.
9-point lead for the Cardinals thanks to the 3 by Carolyn Hoffer. Alley-oop pass underneath and electing not to shoot. 3-pointer goes in. How about that? Bedford's Elizabeth Stevenson.
That time their interior defense hurt them. They got great interior defense, but they left the man open on the outside.
Muchamore over her head. A Foreman just stays in bounds barely. Hoffer again for 3, and again Carolyn from distance. Carolyn Hoffer almost stole it. Stevenson hangs on. A 44-35 lead back to 9, and how do they do it? Trading baskets under pressure, both teams. Allie Fillion.
Not too many nerves out here, John.
Oh, they're just cold-blooded shooters right now, just nailing everything. Ava Owens back to Erin Carney. Much more the catch and shoot. No, long rebound. Bishop Guertin saving it. Carney. Owens can't get it to go. Rebound, Bedford. Blocking foul calls. Not quite set.
Tough call.
Yeah, could have won either way.
It's changed over the years, you know? The defender basically has to be completely still. I think she was leaning a little bit back.
I think I would have not blown the whistle. I would have said non-call situation right there. But
still, everybody's low in fouls, so they have fouls to give.
yeah, 14 fouls for BG, 3 for Bedford. Laying off the glass and in. Bedford with a good inbounds play. The basket goes to Kendra Barnard.
Brad's going to call that timeout, John, because he didn't like the defense on the inbound pass.
Yeah. And the Bedford fans feel the momentum at the moment, trailing by only 4 points. A game that at one time they trailed by 10. They have stuck around with some hot shooting. Of course, if it wasn't for the 2 three-pointers made in succession by Carolyn Hoffer, BG could actually be trailing right now, but they are up by 4, 44-40. It is the second game of a semifinal doubleheader being hosted here by Southern New Hampshire University. In the first game of the doubleheader, Pinkerton was in a close battle with Memorial at halftime, led by only 2, but a third quarter, the Astros pulled away, and eventually they made it an 18-point win by a score of 56-38. I want to mention that the Nashua South Co-ed Unified Basketball team was in action tonight in an early round playoff game against Bedford, and the winner of the Bedford South Co-ed Unified game has to play in Berlin on Tuesday. That's a 300-mile round trip. I'm not sure if that's a reward for winning a playoff game, but that's what will have to happen. Berlin waiting to host the Co-ed Unified winner from South and Bedford from earlier today. Hoffer with it. BG with possession here with 5:15 to go, up by 4. Carney has it. Up top, Carolyn Hoffer. Back to Carney. Swinging it over to Muchamore. Carney thought about a catch and shoot. Carolyn Hoffer's hit 2 3-pointers in a row from pretty close to where she is. Gets it back, no. Roy with the steal. Bedford wearing BG down on defense. Slapped away from Roy. And the Bulldogs lose it. They lost the handle. One of the rare times where no defensive pressure really produced a turnover. So BG with the ball back. 4:44 left. Carolyn Hoffer doing a lot of the ball handling here. Bree Wilcox on the bench, number 23 with 4 fouls in foul trouble. Hannah Muchamore has it. Driving, hands it off. Aaliyah Foreman back to Muchamore. And Owens with it. Tough zone by Bedford. BG having a difficult time figuring out a way to penetrate. Muchamore starts and then stops. Gets the return handoff from Owens. Hoffer stops, pops, mits. Rebound, Bedford. Nia Roy has it. Allie Fillion tracked that down in the corner. The catch and shoot for 3. In and out. Rebound, Bishop Guertin. Ava Owens though, the bounce pass stolen by Bedford, out of bounds. The Bulldogs missed an opportunity to make it a 1-possession game. 44-40. Bishop Guertin is up by 4 points with 3:45 left to go in the game. Across midcourt, Erin Carney fakes, go to her right, goes to her left off the screen, gets it back to Hoffer. Will she shoot it? Driving to the right, Hoffer to the basket, gets fouled. Carolyn Hoffer, the senior, making the good basketball decision to go for the high percentage drive to the basket. She found a rare seam in the right side of the Bedford zone, got fouled on the way to the basket, and hits her first free throw. A 5-point lead for the Cardinals. Carolyn Hoffer has been the star of the game among several stars for Bishop Guertin. The senior trying to lead her team to their 4th state championship as a school. But Bedford in the way. Bedford, the 19-0 Bulldogs here in 2018, looking for a perfect season and for their second, what would be their second state title. Holding the ball. Far sideline. Elizabeth Stevenson. Up top it goes, Hannah Muchamore. Hoffer with it. Muchamore has it. Slowing it down a bit. BG looking for a quality shot, nearly batted away by Filion. Carney. Hoffer has it. Up top it goes, Muchamore. Hoffer, BG taking a lot of time off the clock, up by 6. 2:20 left, 2:20.
They're very good at that. Excellent at that. They've done it before this year.
Double team.
Just when I say that. Very lucky on that call.
I think the replay might have showed otherwise.
I think it might have too, John.
That was right in front of us. The official thought that it went off a Bedford player. It may have went off the leg of Hannah Muchamore, but BG retains possession. Hoffer holding it now. Movement to her left. Carney with it. Driving, Erin Carney to the basket. Great job. Patience by BG, waiting for the open shot. They're up by 8. Mia Roy off her leg, desperately diving for it. Allison Morgan got fouled as she drove baseline. Bishop Guertin has worked their way down, whittled the clock down to 151 with an 8-point lead. And because Bishop Guertin only has 5 team fouls, there's no free throws. Only 14 fouls for Bedford. So after all the intense defense that was played, neither team is really in close to the bonus yet. 5 team fouls for Bishop Guertin as we look in on the BG huddle. We're at the scores table. Frank Wallet is our cameraman, following the fast and furious action up and down the floor here at the SNHU Gymnasium. Semi-final game, 151 remaining. The winner of this will advance to play Pinkerton in the final 2 days from now, right here, a 4 p.m. start on Saturday, March 10. Pinkerton defeated Memorial in the semifinal earlier, 56-38. It's BG up by 8 here, 48-40. Looking for somebody to pass to, and what do we have? A foul called against Guertin, and Brianna Wilcox is out of the game. And Brianna Wilcox is fouled out. It's disappointing for her, as she must hope that her teammates can hang on and that there will be another game to play this season, but she is only a sophomore. Brianna Wilcox. Muchamore got called for a foul. She tried to prevent the inbound pass to Mia Roy. I was going to say it was almost a 5-second violation on Bedford as they tried to inbound that previous play, and nearly a throwaway too, but Brianna Wilcox got called for bumping Mia Roy. Mia Roy has drawn another foul. She's at the line now as BG suddenly has 7 fouls. It's a 1-and-1. This will be live if she misses, but no, Mia Roy too good at the free throw line. A 7-point game, 48-41. It is going to take some shot making by the Bulldogs if they're going to come back and win this one, but also some free throw making, and Roy calmly makes both. 6-point lead for the Cardinals. Bedford desperately wants the ball back with 1:45 left, trailing by 6. Hoffer, short of midcourt, has to get it across. Timeout, Bishop Guertin. Brad Crick upset that he had to call the timeout, but he saw a violation for not getting the ball across the midcourt line in the making. There was a turnover in the making there as they were not getting across in 10 seconds. And BG retains possession by calling the timeout. Six-point lead for the Cardinals. At stake, a trip to the finals and a chance at a state championship. In the regular season game, the score was Bedford 48, Bishop Guertin 43. Right now, it's BG with the 48 points and Bedford 42. So that script has been flipped. The question is, what will happen in the next 1 minute and 41 seconds to determine the outcome of this one? Brianna Wilcox has fouled out for the Cardinals. I don't believe there's anybody in foul trouble for Bedford. They only have 4 as a team here in the entire second half. Cardinals will inbound it. We have a foul before the inbound play, and it's going to go against Bedford's number 12 on the hold. They have fouls to give, so they're playing extra tough defense on the inbound play. That's only 5 fouls on the team against Bedford. Hannah Muchmore comes back for the inbounds pass. She's across midcourt. Nice dribble. Gets it up top to Erin Carney to Hoffer. 1:30 left, and they're just going to go ahead and foul Carolyn Hoffer with a minute and a half to go. 16 fouls now against Bedford. The next foul will put BG at the line. Sue Thomas may be playing a free throw, a hack attack strategy here to get this ball back. 1:32 to go, inbound play. Addison Smith twisting and turning, being guarded by Claire Driscoll. Addie trying to find an open teammate, does. Hoffer's fouled, and she'll go to the line for a 1-and-1. So Bedford electing to put BG at the line in a pressure situation here in the state semifinal game. 1:24 remaining. Carolyn Hoffer to shoot a 1-and-1. Checking into the game, Aaliyah Foreman for Addison Smith. Also in the game for Bishop Guertin, Erin Carney, Hannah Muchmore, and Ava Owens with Aaliyah Freeman and Carolyn Hoffer. Hoffer hits the first of her 2 free throws as she earns a second one. A 7-point lead for the Cardinals. Hoffer calmly spins the basketball and buries it.
Unless Bedford hits some threes, John, I don't see it.
You know, BG with a great opportunity here, up by 8 with 1:20 left. Bedford needing to hit some shots. Roy has it. She'll shoot it. Mia Roy! Wow!
That's what they had to do.
Huge shot for Mia Roy. Splitting the double team in the backcourt. Hannah Muchmore gets fouled. She'll go to the free throw line. That basket by Mia Roy makes it a 5-point game. That was huge. Timeout, Bedford, as they're going to try to ice the BG free throw shooters. Hannah Muchmore will be going to the line with 1:07 remaining, a 5-point game. Both coaches so good on the strategy. Brad Crick for Bishop Guertin and Sue Thomas for Bedford, giving their teams their optimal chances to win. With this strategy, I think it's a good one by Sue Thomas. No easy task to hit every single free throw. Of course, the pressure's on Bedford's shooters once they get the ball, because Bishop Guertin not really looking to foul. They're looking to come up with a steal maybe, or a loose ball, or a turnover, or a missed shot. Best case scenario for BG, a missed shot, no foul, and a rebound that would take more time off the clock and preserve their lead, which is right now 50-45. A thriller here at Southern New Hampshire University. We want to thank our hosts for giving us a really nice perch above the action at half court. John Collins, Tom King, Frank Wallen on camera, and executive producer Pete Johnson here as well on NashuaETV's telecast of his state semifinal game. Hannah much more to the line, trying to add to Bishop Guertin's 5-point lead. Pressure is on as she shoots it off to the left. Rebound Bedford. The Bulldogs down 5. Stevenson, almost a throwaway. Carolyn Hoffer nearly steal. Fillion. Stevenson. Fillion, the catch and shoot for 3. Off to the right. Rebound, out of bounds, off of Bishop Guertin. Hannah Mushamore crashing the boards, able to get all ball and take it away from the Bedford rebounder. 50 seconds to go in the game. This Bedford possession has taken 10 seconds. They've taken one shot, got the rebound, got another chance. Stevenson hits! 2-point game. What a clutch three-pointer by Stevenson, who immediately fouls Erin Kearney. Wow, Bedford. So much talent, so well coached. Somehow they have gotten right back into this game at the buzzer. Somehow you knew they would. To the line, Erin Kearney takes a deep breath. A 1-and-1. In around the rim and misses. Bedford with a chance to tie. Claire Driscoll across midcourt, off a screen, out of bounds. Bedford turns it over with half a minute to go, 29 seconds to be exact. Bishop Guertin with a 2-point lead and the ball, adrenaline pumping all over through the gym. Fouled immediately, Ali Fillion, just a strategy, nothing personal. Carolyn Hoffer will go to the line. Wow. Bonus situation for Carolyn Hoffer. She will get to shoot 2 regardless of whether she makes the first one. It is deafening in here. Carolyn Hoffer is aces. Somebody that has practiced free throws endlessly. Showing off her coolness under pressure. Hits them both. 4-point lead, 4 points difference with 20 seconds left. Bedford desperately needs a basket on this possession. Roy with it. Driving, kicks it out, the catch, the shoot. Over the basket, rebound. Bedford gets it back. Stevenson, all ball. Timeout Bedford before the shot. Wow. And that was a great timeout for Bedford, Sue Thomas, because that was a clean block, and it might have been BG's ball and game over. With a 4-point lead for Bishop Guertin. Bedford calls timeout before the shot. 6.5 seconds left to go. What a basketball game. And Brad Crick in a conversation with the official right now. Not sure what that's about. Brad Crick looks a heck of a lot calmer than I feel, Frank. I don't know how he can be so cool about it. Wow. 52-48. I'm not sure what the discussion is about. And now Brad gets into the huddle. He's going to coach up his team with the 6 seconds remaining. I gotta say, I may have spotted 1 or 2 mistakes that I think the officials have made, but overall, they have done a great job here in this state semifinal. .5 remaining. Bishop Guertin on defense, leading by 4. They could foul, but they don't want to foul on a 3-point shot. That is for sure. You can let somebody make a 3-pointer and not foul, and you will still have the lead. Fillion steps back. I think that's for 2. Was that 2? 2-point game. It's over. It's over. Bishop Guertin has won the semifinal. They advance to the final in a game that had all the feelings of a championship game. The Bedford Bulldogs search. Their mission for an undefeated season comes to a close in game number 20. A tough loss for Bedford, but such a well-played game by both teams. Bishop Guertin takes it by a score of 52-50. Wow. The Guertin girls celebrating. You see Bree Wilcox there, who fouled out number 23 for the Cardinals. She played great. The defense was so good for Bishop Guertin, but the offense brilliant when it needed to be. Carolyn Hoffer, the star of the game, getting hugs over there from Hannah Muchamore as they will go off triumphant. They will face Pinkerton on Saturday on March 10, 2018 in the state championship game, and I will try to get my voice back. For Tom King and our cameraman Frank Wallen and executive producer Pete Johnson, thanking you for watching our NashuaETV telecast of the state semifinal. Final score for the final time, BG wins it 52-50, and they're on to the finals. Good night from Southern New Hampshire University, everybody.